We're going to be talking about physical print marketing material through XpressDocs. So if we go and start in My CB Desk and we scroll down, we find the tile labeled XpressDocs, and then we go into that tile. This is our platform, but also our vendor that we use to help with our physical print material through Coldwell Banker. So XpressDocs is one of our vendors that we use for our print marketing material. And XpressDocs is a way is a platform that you can find really any kind of physical print material that you're looking for. Through our partnership, you're going to be able to find lots of already, pre-made templates that you can use at your disposal for this. So whether it be business cards for yourself, flyers, postcards, brochures, mailers, even letterheads, really anything that you could think of, it should be found here on XpressDocs. Today we're going to be talking about, we're going to kind of run through just an example. We're going to do like the typical postcards that we may be sending out to certain neighborhoods. But really, if you kind of look generally just across here, you're going to see a lot of different things from, holiday mailers to send out. Here's your business card, postcards. Here are those letterheads that I was talking about. And from other materials such as listing concierge, so postcards that maybe are branded in a way to promote, everything that Coldwell Banker does, especially for your property and how we're going to market their listing. You can find a lot of different material on here. Even on top of that, in Core 4, if you need some help in actual bringing forward some, example material of listing concierge, you can find that in Core 4 as well. So let's start with that postcard. Let's say that we're going to start kind of farming maybe an area and we want to create something. So if we go over here, we'd kind of hover over whatever section it is, and you can see right below what is going to be involved in this kind of category. So here it says flyers, brochures, postcards. If we hovered over here, we can see business cards. Here's standard brochures and so forth. So we're going to go in here, and then it's going to give us the option of either flyers and brochures or postcards. So we're going to click on postcards, and then you're going to see other templates for those particular postcards. So you could look through, kind of see which ones you like, pay attention to their headline, their kind of font, their layout, because that's just what we're kind of paying attention to here. But as you can see, everything's already branded for us. We don't have to really add anything. We're just going to be basically inputting the information that we want into these, postcards and what for. So if we go, let's say that we're going to choose this template. We can go into any of these, look at it really quickly. We can even preview the back of the template, just get a sense of how this looks like. So maybe this is perfect for us. This is exactly what I want. So then I'm going to go here and hit customize. And once I hit customize, we're going to start actually creating and editing our actual physical postcard. So the first thing is we're going to follow these steps. We're going to name this order. So this could be whatever it is name that you want to save it under. Maybe, you wanted to title it prospecting in, Hillsborough or whatever the case may be. Something that just makes sense to you. Then we're going to go down a list to our office return address. This can be your office. Maybe you work out of office pretty regularly and if there's any confusion by the post office and you want it sent back to the office, you could also put this as your home address. This is just the default return address for you. Also, just a point here, notice how we can put a lot of different lines, of course, our address lines, but also you'll see different parts, even on the proof here, of where you can put website lines or other information that you wanted to include as well. Just something worth pointing out, because if we always do want to provide people, especially with mailers that we send out, with a ton of different information, links to our website, where they can find us, where they can find more information. So all extra information that we can put in is always useful for us. Then under photos, based upon which template you choose, this only has one main photo on the front. But let's say you did a flyer you're going to have multiple kind of spots for photos, and you'll see that list go photo 1 through 7, and you would go down and select what we're about to do. And you can reference this as obviously photo 1 is going to be where that photo 1 space is on your template. So if we're going to add a photo, we're just going to click add photos. We're then's going to give us the options to go back to our photo gallery or previous orders that we've on. It will save those pictures that we've uploaded. But in this case, we'll just upload something from my computer. So I'll hit browse. I'll just say I saved it to my desktop. You can go in your file here, and then let's see. Let's say that this is my property I'm going to use. I'm going to click that and click open. Then once it's on there, we can hit continue. And once it loads, it usually doesn't take this long. Oh, it did. Okay. So here we can see that my photos actually downloaded in the actual file. So if we wanted to see the proof available in our actual postcards, if we just hit refresh, it should actually the maximum size extended. Might need to change my photo, but there it is. So this actual file might be a little bit too big. In that case, it might just take up more of the region of the postcard. So I might switch out or minimize this photo a little bit. But moving on, here's where we come to the content section. So that section really behind our on the back of our postcard is what we're filling in here. And really this is kind of open. And open in the sense that if let's say that this was a just listed kind of property and I'm trying to promote that property, I could then talk about the property address, maybe include the price, or I could brand this as for sale or just sold. Maybe I just sold this property and I wanted to promote that, look at the house that I sold near you and so forth. Or I could leave this blank. Maybe I just want to kind of promote something totally different. Maybe I'm just trying to promote me as an agent. So I, write kind of my own features on the back and talking about, maybe include my bio, just talking about and why someone should do business with me and so forth. But as you can see, this kind of works the same as a Word document. We're able to, alter text, bold, underline, shift wording around, and so forth. There is a character limit of 404 characters for this template. Let's say that we hit 405 characters, and that's just because we added a period at the end. For that case, if we click override, what override is doing is saying it's not going to hold us to that 400 character limit. We can go past it, and it's going to print exactly what you put on there. But know that if you do go over that character limit and say that some words do get cut off because you went over that character limit, it will still print because we're overriding the system basically. So I just want to bring this up just in the sense that if you did go over that 404 character limit, but you're just over with a period or, one extra word, then you could override it. But don't use it as a sense that you write 1,000 characters because that definitely will be cut off. So that's just there if you ever need it, and use it cautiously. There is even a section for suggested copy, meaning if we go in here, you're going to see some phrases, some generic sayings in here that you could use for your benefit. So maybe you need some help with your subheadline and so forth. Here's some common words or phrases, comments, anything that are used out there, and you can just select and insert them automatically. A great section for this is a call to action, just because we always want to get in habits of with any material, any marketing material that we produce, we have some sort of call to action leading someone to our website, give us a call, telling them what we want them to do. Then under specifications, this is just your information. So if we wanted to provide them with our website, obviously our name, phone number, contact information, email, if you want it, providing them with all the information that they would need. From there, if we scroll down, we can come to this final section of that. Here's the template for our postcard. And if I hit proof, that's then going to lock everything in. So once it's done loading, all that information that I inputted will be brought together. And now here's my proof. So you would be able to see exactly, what you said, what your, postcard that you just created here. So from there, let's say that this is perfect. This is exactly what I want. We're just going to accept the terms. And once we do that, we're going to hit continue. And then once we do continue, couple options, really just two for us, is that we're going to use our typical mailing service, which includes first aid, standard, or EDDM mailing options. We could ship this entire order to our house and then we send them out. And those are kind of our really two options because we can't pick it up unless you want to drive all the way to Fort Worth, Texas to physically pick up the mailers, but it's up to you. But here, basically meaning if we want to have XpressDocs mail the actual postcards for us, we can do that. Or if we wanted just to have them ship it to our house and we would mail them out. So from there, we click next. Then it's going to give us the pricing for first class mail and standard mail based on quality. So you can take a look, decide what you're going to do, and then click next. Then here is where we have a couple options. So for our mailers that we're going to be sending out, so in this example, our postcards that we're going to send out, we have a couple of options. When we are mailing these out, we can choose to upload a particular list. And if we hover over that option, it's going to kind of explain what this does. So if we upload a list, this is saying that we could upload a list basically from Excel of specific addresses to specific people that we're sending out. So however many postcards we're going to do, let's say we have 50 postcards, we can upload a list of 50 people, individual people, and then XpressDocs will mail it to those 50 specific people. We could also do a radius list, meaning let's say that we wanted to kind of farm a particular area, zip code or whatever. We would pick an address, an area, and then based upon a radius, it will send out, however many postcards to that area. So it'll mail them to a good range of people in that area. We can do a street list, which means building a list targeting prospects on a specific street. So if we know that there is a row of houses in Manalapan, New Jersey, and I wanted to just mail those postcards on that particular street, we would choose this option. This radius and street is pretty similar. However, radius is going to be kind of like think of a big buckshot. It's going to hit multiple areas around, where the street is only targeted to that particular street. Then EDDM Elite is every door direct mail. So this is the, I guess you would call it the step up from standard mail, as it's going to be then addressed to specific people that it has in those contacts, meaning that instead of, resident 1, it's going to be, to Mr. John Doe on his actual address. So a couple options here. Along with that, if, maybe taking this a little bit step further, another resource that we could use if we go back to Desk and if we go to Cole Realty, this could also help us in the sense of finding specific people that we could send out mailers to. So in the example, let's say that I'm going to mail to my zip code. And then let's say that I wanted to cut down this list. So I'm going to mail out to particular people. Maybe I want to have confirmed homeowners in the area, or maybe I made that postcard for renters. Maybe I'm trying to target house renters, maybe people that are renting and looking to buy a house, and so forth. I could make a list basically of people that I'm looking to target. So maybe it's I want to deal with people that have a certain asset value or square foot of home. Maybe I'm looking for, maybe I have a 55 and older community and I want to target people that have been living in their house for over 10 years, and so forth. I can build any list here in Cole Realty. So when I, create my record, and for this place, I'm just looking for mailing, and I hit search, I'm then able to find an exact list of people in that area. So here's an apartment building. Maybe I want to target that apartment building because I'm looking for renters. But here's actual addresses of people. I could pull these first 50 people on this list, and let's say that's the list that I'm going to use for my prospecting in um, sending out these postcards for these mailers. It's just another resource that we can use instead of, maybe we cut down this list somehow that helps us, that we're looking for homeowners, that we're looking for renters, or whatever the case may be. And then we can actually physically address the postcards to them. That does really help your effectiveness of any kind of print material that goes out, just because if it's physically addressed to that person, the likelihood of engagement actually goes up a lot more. So then from there, depending on what you do, let's just say I'm going to choose this old list and click next. Then really you're just going to follow the kind of instructions as we've been doing. You can add some additional things. So maybe you want matte coating, gloss postal protection, and so forth. You can choose through the different options. Then if you wanted to schedule future fulfillment dates, meaning that let's say that you wanted to farm this area every month, we could do that by selecting this box and then choosing the next date of when we wanted this same mailer to go out for us the same thing. So maybe I wanted to go, the end of next month, do the same thing for this order. It will then automatically fill that order for you. So then if I keep going, this will give you the option to ship additional copies. So maybe I wanted to add, I don't know, 50 more orders and ship to another region of that same postcard. I can do that as well. Let's see. And then it's just going to bring you to your, your standard kind of checkout screen here. So once everything looks good, you reviewed your order, everything looks good to you, you're going to hit proceed to checkout. And then really it's just uploading your card information, just like any online order, and hitting complete checkout. There will be a copy of your receipt. There will be an update of tracking sent to you and to your email. But really that just about does it, guys. Does anybody have any questions?